Hello everyone, I'm Laura Myth Tamer and welcome to the channel. Alright guys, I'm here today to talk about something that affects most of the Wizard101 community, and that is the Wizard101 Burnout. And it affects every member that actively plays the game. We've seen it with Zen Master Blue, we've seen it with Formal Phantom. We've even seen it with Fairy Queens right now. She made a video the other day talking about how she can't get herself to play the game. She was meditating with Muda trying to play the game. But so the Wizard101 Burnout, I just wanted to have like a quick discussion about it. Why does it happen? How can we make it to where it doesn't happen as much? I know everybody gets burnout from games, and that's a common thing that happens. I know that I definitely feel that way about certain things. I play a lot of Apex in my spare time, and I haven't touched it in like a couple months. But the thing about Wiz is I feel like Wiz's burnout is a lot worse than the burnout of a lot of other games. Because if you're gonna play Wizard, it's either, or at least in my opinion, it's either all in or not at all. Because I can't just casually get on and just go do something. I mean, I can casually get on and go gardening or whatever, but if I do that, I'm gonna feel compelled to do something else, and if not, it's just so much work for me to even get on and log on. And I know that that's the thing a lot of people face. So this whole free membership thing that's going on, I know a lot of people that have started playing a lot more that had the burnout, and they started playing because of the free membership. And I know that that's a really good way to bring people out of the burnout, but why does it happen? My theory, honestly, is just how repetitive and monotonous the game gets eventually. You just do the same thing over and over again. Like as a Myth Wizard, it's just, or at one point it was literally just enchant frog for majority of anything. Honestly, just frog for majority of anything, and especially if you're playing a school like Storm and you just Tempest every single turn. And that would make sense as to why a lot of people get kind of frustrated or just really overdone with the game. And there's a lot of other aspects people would argue, such as PvP and raids and guild stuff, as well as just other things like gardening, farming, etc., etc. But those things are all niche things. I know me, for example, I'm really bad at PvP, so that's just not something that I really partake in. And then as for a guild, I can't find a guild to join, or even if then, I can't find enough people to want to do a guild to be able to do raids. So, I don't know, it's just those kind of things. A lot of people don't even know how to get into stuff like that. A lot of people that actually play, they haven't gotten that far in the game. They just want to play PvE and progress and everything. But after a while, the length of the game and the difficulty and just all of the thinking and brain power that goes into it, and even if you're not, even if you're just on autopilot playing, I feel like eventually that gets to some people. So what's some ways that Wizard could maybe help break that barrier of Wizard burnout? Because I know I definitely have. I mean, I haven't posted in 8 months up until the other day. And that was just because I had extreme burnout, especially if you get frustrated at something such as a gear drop or just not being able to make it to a certain point or a certain spot, getting stuck in a world or doing certain things like that. For me, I deleted my life wizard that had rat spin on it, and I literally couldn't bring myself to play the game. I just was so frustrated because I lost that spell that took me forever to get. And I feel like that's also another common thing as to why people get really done with Wizard are those sorts of things. I'm trying to think of other times I've had burnout and like what the cause was, but genuinely it was just the same thing over and over and over again. And I like that these new worlds are kind of incorporating some new elements. It actually makes me like want to continue. I want to get to certain things, see certain things, do certain things. I know that's the thing I do give Imperia, is just like I want to see the next cutscene. I want to see what the next part of this story is going to be. But I think that the main stretch of not wanting to play is probably honestly the second arc. I wish Wizard or KingsIsle themselves would just maybe vamp up the second arc a little bit in that aspect. I mean, not nerf it, but just there's something about it that just makes you want to stop playing. I mean, the home stretch all the way from Unicorn Way to Dragonspire, you want to play. You have a desire to play. You have a desire to finish Dragonspire and to finish Wizard City and to do all of those things. And then the third arc, the story's just really intriguing and really good. It's definitely a refresher from the second arc. You get reinvested in the story, reinvested in the characters, and you actually are doing something again. And the fourth arc, so far, I'm liking it. It's going pretty good. It's the same thing with the third arc. I'm just curious as to what's going to happen. It piques my curiosity and it keeps me moving. And I think that's where a lot of games that aren't Wizard actually succeed, because it makes the person want to keep doing it. Like, it's kind of like a TV show. They end on a hook, and it's like, ooh, I gotta go to bed, but I want to watch the next episode. And you watch the next episode anyways. And I feel like that's where a lot of games succeed that Wizard honestly fails in, as I mentioned just a second ago. And then the second arc doesn't do that. The first arc, you get all of this new stuff super quick, and you're experiencing all these things, but you get in the second arc, and the main thing that you're looking forward to is hitting level 100, getting your level 100 gear, and getting your auras and your shadow spells and all those things. After Celestia, the second arc is literally world after world after world after world trying to get to those things. Maybe a way that they could help the second arc is by giving you stuff maybe sooner, or incorporating just different things that you unlock around that time. I'm not sure as to what could push that or make it better. And like another issue too is that you don't get, I don't remember if it's the 78 or 88. I'm gonna go with 78. You don't get a 78 spell, so that even gives you something less to look forward to. You push all the way through Zafaria, Avalon, and Azteca without anything else in sight. I mean, granted, Azteca, you do eventually get a spell again, and you do get the auras again, but it's honestly just you trying to fight to get to Chrysalis. And even when you get to Chrysalis, you don't get those things till you hit level 100. That's over, what is it, 500 quests, maybe? I want to say, because I feel like each of those worlds have at least 100 quests each, and I know Azteca has like 200. So that's over 500 quests of you just not getting any kind of reward for all of your time and your effort. The only thing that you're getting is just a level up. Nothing else besides those things. And I feel like that's another big reason for burnout. I know a lot of people stop playing in the second arc, and that's where they end up leaving and being. It's just, I don't know. I want to hear you guys' thoughts and opinions on the burnout. Why do you guys stop playing? What makes you guys keep coming back to the game after all these years, or just back in general? I mean, because then again, at certain points, and the nicest way possible, this being my favorite game, it gets kind of boring. What makes it so interesting that you keep coming back? For me, I want to have all maxes, and I know that that's like a dumb goal to some people, but for me myself, that's just what I've always been. I saw a badge on Discord like 6 years ago, 5 years ago, something like that. That was like, if you get all 7 max schools, then you get this badge. And like that was been my goal since I was like a little kid. I was like, yeah, I wanna do that. So that's all I've been trying to do. And I know everybody else's goals in this game are different, and I'd love to hear what you guys are. Like, what do you plan on achieving from this game? Because like that's the cool part about this game. I think that's another thing I really like about it, is the fact that there are so many different avenues that you can go down to achieve. You could become like the best at PvP. You could be a really good at pet training and have like the best pets on all of your wizards. You can get the best gear on all of your wizards if that's what you're trying to do. Some of the most rare like stuff that you can't find. And then so like for me, I just want to have all max wizards. So I just want to hear you guys' feedback. What keeps you coming back to the game? What makes you want to leave the game? What can be improved? What can be unimproved? I like hearing you guys' feedback on stuff like that. And that's what this is. This is just an open discussion talking about why this game makes a lot of people stop playing, but then brings you back to it. Because it always does. I can't really think of anybody that's played it the way that you guys know the way. You play so much, you quest every single day, you grind through all the worlds, and then they leave, but they always come back. I can't think of anybody that hasn't come back. They at least come back for the free membership. That's the real question here. Is it just the goal of finally hitting max? Is it the goal of finally being able to reach that level? And I think the biggest case of Wizard 101 Burnout that we've seen, and I didn't mention these two earlier, but would definitely probably Zen Master Blue and Blaze Lifehammer. Both of those guys really used to deeply love and enjoy this game. And then both of them just stopped playing. And I know for Blaze, it was definitely the burnout. I'm not 100% sure on the whole situation with Blue. I know he had some life stuff going on. I don't know much more than that, but I do know that Blaze got burnout. He made wizard videos, he made content constantly, and as you progressively watch his videos, he slowly just starts sounding more uninterested. He sounds sad, he sounds like just less into it than he used to be. And honestly, I think that's really sad because I know he grew a lot of us into the community and got a lot of us actually like playing and being involved. He started an era of wizard content that we hadn't previously seen before, and I think he shaped what the Wizard 101 side of YouTube is today. And I wish he'd come back to the game and like see it for as it is now, but I understand. I understand where he's coming from because it's a lot. It's a lot. And that's a fear that I have is one day that I'm going to feel that same way too, especially making content and trying to like post as much as I can. I don't ever want to get to that point to where I can't get on and play or don't feel like getting on and playing. I want to continue making content for years to come, and I hope the game keeps thriving for years to come, because right now it's going in a really good direction, and I hope it's going to keep going that way. I hope it's going to keep being exactly what it can be and always has been. And I hope that the burnout doesn't make people not want to play, just so that way they can see exactly how much work is being put into what we have now and all the new things that we're getting and all the things that we have accomplished. Over this past year, actually, 2023 has been a big year for Wizard, and I hope it continues going uphill from here. And I hope it brings a lot of those people who, like I said 100 times throughout this video, have been burnt out. I hope it brings everybody back together to come back and enjoy this game again. Because that's exactly what it is. It's a 15-year-old game, and you'll leave it for some time, but you always come back because it's always developing and always growing. And if you're anybody like me, it's always been a part of you. That's just my thoughts and opinions on it. Like I said, I would love to hear you guys. Please let me know what you guys think about the Wizard 101 Burnout and what you guys think about maybe trying to fix those things or solve those things, how you guys cope with it, what makes you guys come back, and what makes you guys leave. I'd really love to hear your thoughts and opinions. I'll see you guys in the next one. Thank you for watching. Bye!